nice and simple. The whole thing about the Golden Mile is it's very simple. And you can see, who can see the track that's set up? Yeah? So we've got the Golden Mile track markers. We've got one in each corner, and then just some cones as some guidance, the yellow discs in between. And then who thinks they know what these two markers might be here? Yes?
Where you would sit, so it's a lap.
Yeah, that's the start and the finish line, okay? And then what would happen at your particular school, you would set yourselves up just like on the picture with a table, and that would be your Golden Mile monitor station, okay? Or a bench or anything like that. So you would sit by the start and the finish line. When your class comes out that you're in charge of, or at lunchtime, you'll have a class register, which we'll show you a little bit later, and you'll sit down and you'll just monitor and help the children go around their course, okay? All makes sense? Now, who can remember what the instrument was used that you could measure out this track with? Yes? The trundle wheel, okay? And the trundle wheel measures in meters, and then all you need to do is make sure every time that you measure out a track, if it's not the track on the playground all the time, is that you record the lap length, as we call it, okay? So this, for instance, might be, say, 50 metres. On the top of your sheet, you would write 50 metres, so you know exactly what lap length your children have been taking part in, okay, and doing Golden Mile on. So all you do, as a group, is you'd find your starting spot, put your trundle wheel down, and you'd measure, for instance, around your playground, okay? And then say every few metres, you'd put a cone or a marking, just so they can find which way is where the track is. So it marks out all the way around to the end, and then when you get to the start stroke finish line, count up how many metres and write that on your class register. Does that all make sense? Brilliant. Okay, yes, question. Yeah, the conversion to metres and miles, you don't have to worry about that because the system on the website will do all that for you, okay? So you just need to worry about the metres and then how many laps each child does, okay? And we'll show you how to do that now. So, if you all want to stand up and just come, maybe get yourself in twos at the start and the finish line. That's it, just in twos here, leaning back that way, that's okay. And all we're going to do now, okay, is you can have a little practice. So what I want you to do is just not running too quickly, but following the outside of the track. I want you just to do one lap of the Golden Mile course. Off you go. Off you go then all together. Have a little jog. You can walk it if you wish. Don't need to go too quick. It's not a race. That's it. Brilliant. Well done. And there you go, and stop. Okay, well done. That is your first lap completed. Now, the question in your head is probably, well, if I've got my whole class of, say, 30 children, how am I going to remember how many laps each child has done? Okay, and also, as we know, that some children, and I'm sure there's none at your schools, would like to maybe add on 2 or 3 laps and cheat a little, which we don't want to happen. So, as you can see over here, we have a bench with some bands on, okay? Now, if you just want to stand back here a little bit for me, just across this side of the red line, what we do is if a bench like this, you can have just simply a box of elastic bands per class, yeah? And you can spread them out along a bench just like this, is one way, okay? So every time a child completes a lap, they can pick up a band on their way past. They don't have to stop. They can just pick one up if they're spread out like this. They can put it on their wrist and they can keep going. And when they're tired and had enough, they can come over to your monitor desk and you can count the bands back in for them and then write down their amount of laps that they've done, okay? And also what you've got to keep a beady eye on is that people don't take loads of bands at once. But if they're nicely spread it out, you can then just count that. So it's a little bit, who's seen the London Marathon before? Or some sort of long distance run, okay? And you'll probably see that runners, sometimes there'll be tables laid out and they'll grab a drink on the way round. It's a similar kind of thing that you would do, but this time you're just going to grab a band, okay? So if you want to get on the start line again, this time I want you to do 2 laps each in your own pace. You don't have to run, it's not a race. And then every time you complete a lap, I just want you, don't to stop, but just as you're running, just pick up a band and put it on your wrist. Is that okay? Okay, off you go then, well done. So you don't have to go too quick, just in your own pace. And without slowing right down, see if you can pick up a band. Excellent, well done. Quick lap, well done. You can pop it on your wrist. Well done, girls, good stuff. You can walk if you want to. So we're just going to do 2 laps, okay, on your final lap. Another band, brilliant. Well done, girls, good stuff. Excellent. Once you've done your 2 laps, you can just wait behind the red line for me again. Good lap, well done, brilliant. Last one, well done, girls. Let's cheer them on, come on. Keep going, well done, keep going. And this is what you'll do as a monitor as well, is make sure that you encourage and cheer everyone on. Well done, girls, good stuff. In you come, nearly there. Get through the line, well done, brilliant. Okay, round of applause for everyone. Brilliant, well done. So now, if I was your Golden Mile monitor, on my desk I'd have the class register, my pen, and then as we'd come I would count your bands back in. What was your name? Tom. So I'd say, right Tom, well done. Today is Wednesday, Tom has done 2 laps, okay? And that would be how you record your Golden Mile laps for your class. Does that all make sense? Brilliant. And then one thing that we just mentioned there is when your class is out there, remember, not everyone is going to run it. Some people might jog it. Some people may even walk it, okay? They can do it at whatever pace they like, but really good thing to do is to make sure you encourage them when they come round, okay? Because you're not competing against everyone else, you're just competing against yourself, okay? Does that all make sense? Brilliant, well done. So keep your bands on for a second. The other thing that you could do as Golden Mile monitors is think about how else and what else you could do with the Golden Mile track, okay? So this track is roughly what shape? A rectangle, okay. What other shapes could our Golden Mile track be? A circle? A pentagon, yeah. A square? Figure of 8. Like that one. A bit like Scalextrics, if anyone has ever played Scalextrics. You don't always have to have a standard rectangular shape, okay? So as monitors again, as a team, you can think about what different shapes, maybe letters, the letter M I've seen at a school, so you can do different shapes, but also you can set your class that you look after tasks, or in your school you might even have a competition to design the best Golden Mile track, okay? So you can have all sorts of different ones, they can all be saved on the website, so you can do lots of different things, okay? You may even introduce some equipment. So what equipment do you think you could use around the Golden Mile track? You could have an obstacle course, so you could use some of the hurdles. Brilliant, well done. What else could we use? Could we use a ball? What kind of ball could we use? Basketball, so you could bounce your basketball around, maybe in a warm-up for PE, using your basketballs. You could dribble footballs. You could throw rugby balls, you could do it in pairs. You could dribble a hockey ball round, okay? You can do hurdles, you can do all sorts of different things. It doesn't just have to be running, jogging or walking. Sometimes I've seen schools for the older children as allowed with bigger tracks to use it on their bikes or their scooters, because it's all physical activity, okay? It doesn't just have to be walking, running or jogging. Also, which is brilliant for some of the younger ones, for maybe year 1, year 2, or right up to year 6, is think about how we move around the course. So, who's got a favourite animal? What's your favourite animal? A dog. What's your favourite animal? A snake. Favourite animal? Favourite animal? You don't have one. Okay, well, for one lap and one lap only, I want you to choose an animal and I want you to move around the course like that particular animal. Okay, ready? Off you go. And then you can tell me what your animal is. What animals have you got? What about a frog? What about a frog? Or a bear? What was that? A cheetah. Okay, nice and quick. Got a frog. What animals have we got, girls? Elephant? A giraffe. Well done. Is that a snail? Okay, we will be here all day waiting for a snail. Okay, in you come, boys. Well done. So, it's about using your imagination and looking at other ways that you can use the Golden Mile course. So, it may be the way that you move around the course. You could skip it, you could hop it, you could bounce, okay? You could run it, you could jog it, you could walk it, you could bike it, you could go on your scooter, all sorts of different ways. And also about the different shape of the track to mix it up so it's not just the same old rectangle every single time. But it's your job as a team to communicate that very special word to your class, children in your classes, and give them ideas of how they can use the Golden Mile. Okay, all make sense? Excellent.